Hopefully you're not afraid of heights. I love this view. Hopefully you like this view as much as I do. Check that out. Close the blinds a little, get a little bit of shade, but if you want, check that out. That's beautiful. Well, 400 bucks a month gets you here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Obviously, some people pay more, some people pay less. It's all up to you. This is what I like. This is what I chose. And I love it. Got the full-size fridge. One thing I hate about little studio apartments, it's a little miniature fridge that's usually this high. And the freezer, it's usually like this much. Come on. Big boys need a big fridge. Everybody does. Didn't come equipped with, much. Just like this stovetop, which does pretty well. And this little oven, which is probably from older than I am, which didn't work that well. But I bought myself an air fryer. And check this out. Because I found this really cool. You could do eggs, raw eggs in an air fryer, which is incredible. Yeah, it looks disgusting. Had a little leftover sausage and threw some beans in there. But you could do eggs in an air fryer. I was very scared they'll blow up. But I saw a friend do it and I lost all skepticism. Eggs. I got 30 eggs here. I paid a little bit over $4.30. But yeah, this apartment, I pay 400 bucks a month. Has a balcony, has some furniture. It came fully furnished with everything you see here. Nice big bed, which is extremely comfortable. 2 little nightstands with shelves. I love these things. These things have storage inside. Pretty awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 storage compartments. Love it. Love the full fridge, as I told you. More storage here, for cooking, utensils, everything, you name it. Very good water pressure. It's got its own water heater, which is amazing. Oh, wow. Look, there's a game here, too. Guerra de los Sexos, a War of the Sexes. So, more storage for your wines. I keep mine in the fridge. Only have one here. Came with a big screen TV. DVD player, which is probably not even connected. I don't use it because the TV is a smart TV and she already included Netflix and this other streaming service called Flow, which I absolutely love. It also came with internet included and cable, which I absolutely love. More shelves, a few books, and the closet. May have the closet. Let me do the wide lens. May have the closet a little unorganized, but that's my closet. It's huge. I love it. And it has some drawers here. You see? I love it. Very well to organize and store your stuff. It's probably the best thing in this apartment. Although when you enter the apartment, it's pretty tight space. Very, very small. But you get around it. It doesn't matter. It takes you 2 seconds to enter. And then you have all this convenient space in such a small little apartment, which I love. Really good lighting. You see, the downplay is that one switch turns on all of the lights. I can't, only turn on a portion, but it doesn't matter. Electricity here is very cheap. And I also have lamps and I also have a light in the balcony. So it's no big deal. As I told you, one big full mattress, but two box springs, but it's very comfortable. Really like it. Now the tour's almost over. Look how quick. 5-minute tour. Have a bathroom, and most importantly, which is not that standard in the US, is the bidet. The bidet, it's amazing. It's hot and cold water. You need to be very careful because if not, you're gonna burn your bum. But check this out. I can't put it that high because if go through the roof. But yeah, these are amazing for obvious reasons. Have a little hamper for my dirty clothes. Nice little sink, I wish stuff for taller people like me was a little higher, but that issue is universal. Anywhere you go, things are usually small. Big shower or tub, and I love it because you have the option of a tub where you can lay down, fill it up, make it a jacuzzi, or just relax. And I also love this shower head. You know, nothing in this apartment was in perfect or immaculate condition, but everything worked perfectly. The shower pressure is amazing. The heat, the water temperature is amazing. It's actually so hot. You know, little touches like a towel hanger, a towel rack, you know, here to hang your coats or your hats. I love all these little touches. You know, it's very, very practical and a very efficient apartment, which is why I fell in love with it. I was only gonna do like 3 months, but I kept on renewing and renewing and renewing. And now we're at a month-to-month base. It's very nice, very sweet, and allows me to continue staying here on a month-to-month basis without even raising the price. Like I told you, since late 2023, I've been paying $400 a month, and we're already at the end of March 2024, and I'm still paying $400 a month. And I absolutely love it. Really cool. I know during my search, I found a few that were slightly cheaper, but I fell in love with this building because it has a gym and it has a pool. And who could beat that? And look at this view, you know, from the 15th floor here in the heart of Buenos Aires. From Palermo, I am probably around a 10 to 15 minute Uber or taxi ride. I could go there on public transportation in just about 20 to 30 minutes, depending the part of Palermo I want to go to. Trying to get to Plaza Serrano area usually takes me around 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the traffic and depending how long the buses take. But the amazing part about it, about living in an area like this and about living basically anywhere in Buenos Aires, is that there is public transportation 24 hours a day. And it's very cheap. Buses now account to about 35 cents each trip. So you could take 3 to 4 trips for less than $1. Transfers are less. Transfers are usually half of your fare. So basically, if you need to take 2 buses to get somewhere, the first bus is going to cost you 300 pesos. The second bus is going to cost you anywhere around 150 pesos, which comes about to 45 cents in total. So trains, you don't really need trains anywhere in Buenos Aires unless you're going to the west of Buenos Aires, which you're not going to really have any needs for because there's really not any tourist area there. Or the south of Buenos Aires, same thing. It's very suburban. There's nothing touristy like. There's nothing really to do there, you know. And there's one more train that goes from Belgrano to Tigre. That one's very interesting because Belgrano is a very nice area, it's a touristy area, and it's Chinatown, and Tigre as well. Tigre, you have the Delta, you could do a little boat tour, you could, you know, go shopping. It's a very beautiful city, it's safe. Tigre, you have the Delta, which is like the Ozarks, you know, little towns, a whole little village that lives within the river, within the little channels of water. And you could do a little tour. I recently, a few months ago, went kayaking there. It was completely amazing. But to do kayaking there, you need to have some sort of experience because it's a very, very busy channel and bodies of water. So that was very interesting. And now, after that, you have the subways, the subway trains. When I mentioned trains, I was just talking about rail trains above ground. Now, subway trains, those are the underground trains. And those do not run 24 hours, just like the trains do not run 24 hours. The subway trains, the last one usually departs around 11 or 10:30 at night. So late in the evening, you're not gonna have any subway trains, but they do start very early in the morning because people are already going to work, you know, anywhere between 5 or 6 in the morning, they're already heading to work. So I believe some start around 4:30 or 5 in the morning, but you should check your own schedules. But subway trains, there's around 5 or 6 subway lines, and they are very, very good and cheap. They cost around 10 cents or 100 pesos each ride, and you could get about just anywhere in the city, connecting from one subway to the other. And they're very good, they're very fast, and they're very efficient. You know, most trains pass by every 5 minutes, most subways. So it's a very good way to get around. I really enjoy it, you know, but buses are best because they're 24 hours And then you have the option of a Uber, taxi, InDrive. There's Uber, there's Cabify, there's Didi, and I'm not sure if there's Lyft. I think there is Lyft. And then there's one called InDriver, which is the absolute cheapest, and I absolutely love them. And then you have the taxis. And a ride like from here to Palermo could cost me anywhere between $2 or $3, unless it's like a very peak hour, then it'll be anywhere around $3 to $4. Usually never seen a $5 ride, for a 20-minute ride. But that's just my experience. Most Uber rides, I told you, I'm paying anywhere between $2 to $4. I've had some Uber rides cost less than $2, which is crazy. And I'm talking about 10-minute rides cost less than $2, like $1.70, $1.80. So pretty incredible to have an Uber ride for less than €2, £2 or $2. So if you're using your currency is euros or pounds and you think this doesn't apply to you because I'm mentioning dollars just as well as Canadians, just remember the dollar is a little like slightly weaker than the euro or the pound, so it's not that big of a difference. And the dollar is just a little slightly stronger than the Canadian dollar, so it's not that big of a difference. You could do your own research or do your own math, but it'll still apply. In general, it's basically going to be 20 cents off or less. So my calculations, like this apartment, instead of $400, if you're paying with pounds, it'll probably be 370 pounds. And you're paying with euros, it'll probably be like 380 euros. I don't know. I know the equation changes every day, but it's just a ballpark figure. It's not that big of a difference. But I love it because it includes electricity, water, everything you need. And I don't want to look like a creep if there's someone in the pool, so let me see. There you go. Pools. The view. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Got a little furniture out here. Comes with the air conditioning with a remote as well. Electricity, water, everything else included. And there's also in the pool area there's a sun, which means they have like a little party room where you could rent it out. You could reserve it to have some friends or family over, and it's a little space where you could eat. It has a refrigerator and tables and chairs, and just throw like a little party. And that one's free. They only charge 2,000 pesos for cleanup. That's basically $2, but it's just a lot of cool stuff. They also have grills, barbecue grills by the pool, and everything else. It just makes living in Argentina a lot easier. Lots of cool incentives. Just had a haircut right now. I paid 5,000 pesos, and things have gone up drastically, especially like in the grocery store item, and basically everything's going up. But 5,000 pesos is $5. I gave him 1,000 peso tip, which is $1 tip. So a haircut for $6, which in the United States, it's pretty crazy because a haircut in a major city, I'm sure there's little small towns where you probably can still get a haircut for $10, although I haven't heard anyone tell me that. But in the United States, in Miami, where I'm from, a haircut's usually $15 to $20, and you have to leave like a $5 tip. If not, they're just gonna look at you nasty and probably even treat you bad or not give you an appointment the next time you go, or just not do that good of a quality. So I know tips are not mandatory, but in the United States, they're almost are, because if you don't, they're just gonna ruin your night, ruin your day, or ruin the relationship you have with that barber. So, I'm sure United States average haircut's probably $20, I would say, with tip. So here, I'll be able to get 4 for the price of 1, because tip here is not mandatory and it's actually not common. Only in food. Although it's becoming a little more common in services. Like a haircut or nail, pedicure, manicure, but it's a lot more common in food, and the most common in food is 10% max. So 10% tip is the maximum, and they won't get bothered if you leave a little less, if you leave 7 or 8% tip, depending on your bill. You know, if you eat like a small cheap meal, you know, with 1 or 2 people, try to leave around 10%. If you're eating a huge meal where you're spending, you know, around $100 between a few people, you could leave a little less, like 8 or 9%. You know, this advice is not for the locals, obviously. You locals, argentinos, hagan lo que quieran. Ya sé que la propina no es necesaria o mandatorio. Estoy hablando a los turistas. So this is for the tourists and the expats and the nomads. You know, it's a service. You know, pay for it. If not, cook your own food. If not, don't go out to eat. You know, people are like, oh, but it's not, you know. I'm like, it's not that it's mandatory or not. It's not that it's part of the customs here. It's just the fact that those people are very underpaid, overworked, and their salaries and wages like are not enough for them to even, you know, have a decent lifestyle. You know, locals can't afford, most of them can't afford to, you know, rent this apartment. So for me saying that it's cheap for me, you know, with foreign income, because this same apartment in my city in Miami, Florida will be around $1,500 to $2,000 a month plus expenses. So I'm comparing it to what I know and my experiences, so it's cheap for me. But some locals do not make $400 a month, so they can't even afford this with a full-time job. So that's just all I'm trying to explain. So if you do go out, you do get a service, you know, try to tip. I know some locals got mad at me and they're like, oh, you're promoting tipping culture, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know, you do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. One person is not going to make that big of a difference. No one's forcing you. You know, even in the United States, it's not forced. It's not mandatory in most places. Some places have gotten more common and they already have the tip included in the check. And most places, even a lot of places even have 18% already included in the check. And I don't like that, but whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I understand their thing. You know, I try to tip people to help out their situation, to help out the economy. You know, I don't come here and try to save money. I try to take Ubers. I try to go out to eat. Yesterday I went to the chiropractor. Check this out. Yesterday I went to the chiropractor. They had the chiropractic adjustment for $10, 10,000 pesos. Now, they had another plan, which was chiropractic adjustment and a 20-minute massage for 13,000 pesos or $13. Or the very last plan was chiropractic adjustment, 20-minute massage, and those little suction things that they're using to remove the pain. And I did that, and it came out to a total of 15,000 pesos, which is $15. Let me show you what I mean. You ever seen those athletes or people, you know, in the beach or pool, and they have like circles in their back? Those things. So basically, they put like a suction cup on your skin, you know, for a few minutes, and it has like a lot of pressure, and you know, it's got the blood cells, you know, coming to the top, so it's gonna leave you some marks for a few days. And it's a little bit of torture. It did feel, you know, like very tight, and it did feel a little bit of pain, but I held it for like 10 minutes. It was fine, you know, and it did alleviate some of the pain. You know, I've only done it once, so I can't recommend it, and I can't tell you, you know, it's made a big of a difference, because I also got a massage and adjustment, and I am still feeling a little pain, but I'm feeling a little better. But that's because I've been working out a lot, you know, and I've been very active, and your body hurts. Your body hurts, especially when you're getting older. But yeah, that's it. You know, chiropractic adjustment, $10. You know, you have other options too. Haircut, $5. Massages, you go get a 1 hour massage for like $8. Obviously, some places charge more or less. I'm saying, out of my research, I found a few that charge $8 to $9 for a massage, for a 1 hour massage. You know, stuff like that in the United States goes from around $60 to $120 and even more. Just about anything. But I'm starving, have some little food, my lunch, my afternoon lunch in the air fryer, and really enjoy myself here. It's spring already, so summer's ending, although it rained a lot last week and it's been getting a little cooler. You know, it's been dipping, the temperature's been dipping a little, but today's just a beautiful day with clear blue skies and very sunny. So I'm gonna go get some vitamin D in the balcony, and make sure to like, helps my channel. It helps, you know, the YouTube algorithm, you know, show this video more. It helps, you know, this video get out there more, and subscribe. So take care, guys. Peace. Enjoy your weekend.